Hello everyone and welcome to the Southern Mountain Kitchen. Today we're going to make Popeye's Cajun fries made at home. So what you see on my counter is what we're going to use to make these fries, and it's really not a lot of ingredients going into this. You can see at the bottom of the screen I have 4 russet potatoes. If you needed to make a bunch of these for a much larger family, you can always add more potatoes to this and just up the seasoning or whatever, because you could literally even double this if you wanted to. What I made was enough probably for 4 people because I served it with my chicken that I made, which was also a Popeye's chicken. So it's really your choice on how much you need of this. You see the plastic bags in the back corner. Those are used later on in this process to actually put the fries into, to put them in the freezer, because you're going to do this in 2 stages. You're going to boil these and cook them for a while, let them cool, put them in the bags, and then you're going to freeze them, bring them back, and then fry them with the seasoning on. So it's just a process to put it through, but it gives it that really great spicy taste like what you would get from Popeyes, and it really has such a wonderful taste when you're done with these, and it does have some heat to it, but that's the best part. So we're going to take our russet potatoes, we peel them. I prefer to do these one at a time, and there's a reason, because when you peel them and you take them to cut them, you know, you're going to have to make these into fries, that leaves them on the counter for a while, and you don't really want that long because they'll start to turn brown. So what you do is put a bowl of water next to what you're cutting on, and then take them as you cut them into your little strips and put them into the water, so that way they don't turn brown and you're good to go. But doing it 1 potato at a time kind of worked for me. If you want to do it another way, you go right for it. That's up to you. But anyway, and as you can see, I'm not cutting these enormous. I'm making these to about the size of what they would at Popeyes when you get them from them, because if you made it really huge, it wouldn't taste the same as what you would have gotten from the restaurant. So we just want to like basically do it at a bit where it's probably not even a 1/4 of an inch across these things. It's probably more of an 1/8 to a 1/4, somewhere in the middle of there. And just go through and cut your potato piece by piece here, and then go across it from the other side, and you literally have your fries right there. It's very easy to do this. You just run across it with a knife and you have potatoes. They're cut up for your french fries. You're ready to go. Go through it, do all 4 of these, make sure they all hit the water immediately when they're cut. You could give them probably like about a minute, but I wouldn't leave them laying on your counter for long, because it's going to be one of those things where if you keep leaving them out for a long time, they will brown, they will get a little bit of an odd color to them. So as they're cut, make sure they're broken up, split apart, because sometimes even if you cut it with a knife, they still stick together a little bit. And go ahead and put them in and work your way through, and this is what it looks like when you have them all done. So we are going to leave these in the water for just a few minutes as we're getting ready to boil these soon. So we just basically want to set them to the side until we're ready for them, and they're just going to stay there. And the best thing is, not only are these staying fresh while they're in the water, you're getting at some of that starch a little bit. You know, it's not going to be a lot of starch, because when you drain the water, it's going to go away. So we have our pot on the stove, it's ready to boil, and we're going to head and bring these into it. Now when you're cooking these in the pot, you're going to have this on high heat. You're going to have them boiling in a couple of minutes. You do not want to cook these completely. We don't want them soft. We just want them to begin to cook. So we're going to leave them in there for about like 8 minutes, because we're not going to stop the cooking at this point. We're just going to cook a little bit, do some other things, and then come back and fry them. And the frying is going to finish the cooking of them. So once they're cooked completely, then you can use something to bring them out of the boiling water and let the water drain off, and then put them onto a platter on some paper towel or whatever, so that way we can actually start getting the water off of them, because we don't want them sitting in the water from that. But we're going to put them to the side, and we're going to start mixing up the ingredients that we need for the spicy coating on the outside of it. So we are adding in this large bowl 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and a 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And then we're going to mix this all up. I know that was a lot of ingredients, but they're in there. So go ahead and mix them, make sure all of these peppers and everything are mixed through, and then we're going to add at least 2 tablespoons of olive oil to this mix, and we're going to go through the dry ingredients here and mix it into that to where this becomes kind of pasty in a way. It's kind of a runny paste. When it's time for you to put your fries into this, and you go to use it. If it seems a little dry to you, you can always add about a teaspoon of water to it to make it a little bit more fluid so it coats all over the potatoes. But with mine, I had no trouble with getting it to coat completely. You just had to keep turning the fries in it when we get to that stage, and then that will do the job that you need it to do. So just go ahead and make sure this is completely mixed up, and then we're going to set this to the side. And then we're going to get ready to put our fries in the freezer, because we want to make sure that they go into the freezer for about an hour. So take a paper towel, whatever, work your way through them and try to get as much moisture off of them as possible. Now, being that they've been sitting on top of a paper towel on this platter, it's absorbed a lot of the moisture to the bottom, but you still need to work your way through it because there's still gonna be wet spots in here, and we want to get rid of that before we take these and put them in the freezer. So I have 2 bags that I'm putting them in to put them in the freezer. If you wanted to do like one really jumbo Ziploc bag, you'd probably be fine with it. I was just divvying it up because it was easier to deal with them in 2 bags. And just go ahead and fill those, put them in the freezer, leave them for at least an hour before you come back to it. And then when we bring them back, we're going to put the seasoning on them. So just make sure that they stay in that freezer for an hour. And then we come back, dump them into the bowl where we had the seasoning. And make sure you get all of them in there. And then just basically take your spatula, spoon, or whatever, and start turning these. You're going to notice that the seasoning is going to start working its way through them until they all have this like tint to them of the color of the seasoning from the bottom of the bowl. Now, like I said, if it's a little dry, you can always add like a teaspoon of water to it just to bring it up a little bit. I didn't have that problem. So if you get to this point and you notice that yours is starting to coat, then don't worry about it. But if yours is a little dry, go ahead and add a little bit of water and just go ahead and mix it until you get these really coated and you see seasoning over all of them, because you don't want some of them not to get the seasoning. You want every bit of this to get as much seasoning as possible. And keep turning it. And in the meantime, you're going to need a pot or whatever which you're going to heat some oil into, which you need it to be over 350 degrees. And then you're going to go ahead and drop these in and cook them until the edges start to brown. That's going to be your key thing about it. Now, if you have these in something where you need to move them around a little bit every now and then to make sure they don't stick together, that's perfectly fine. But when they come back, they will look something like this, and they have the most amazing taste. And like I said, I served mine with a Popeye's chicken recipe that I did in another video, so it's worth checking out. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And if you get a chance, check out the Southern Mountain Kitchen website where you can get a free recipe, check out the cookbooks available from the Southern Mountain Kitchen, and if you'd like to, you could order a cookbook at a discounted price, cheaper than Amazon, with shipping that is also cheaper than Amazon. So if you get a chance, check it out, and I hope you have a great day.